Hello and welcome to my channel. I hope you guys enjoy this enough to where you'll hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, and hit that bell notification because I've got some more episodes coming. But in this episode, this day was pretty much not a dredge all day. It was one of those days where we had to get some things done. And we started off by going into Elk City. We had breakfast. And, you know, it was pretty much just taking our time. When we got done, we met up with David Hembray. And Dave took us and was showing us some of his mines that he has. Gave us some geology lessons, I guess you could say, on what to look for, you know, since we have claims out there. And, you know, what he looks for, you know, when he's driving around, if he spots, you know, some type of mineral the way it looks, he can, if he doesn't own a claim, he can find out if anyone owns it, claim it, then mine for it. Pretty cool. But then when we get done with that, Dave took us to the new claim we picked up. Now, this one's not a seasonal claim. This is a year-round, which is pretty cool. It's a 40-acre claim. And it's coming, there's, I think, a couple of mines up from wherever I'm at. So there's gold all around that area. So it's a good gold-bearing area, creek. Let's see. Another thing that we had to do is, now we didn't plan on doing dredging that day. But we did have to get the dredging fired up for a very short run. Somebody dropped a big enough picker, you could almost say it was almost, you could almost classify it as a nugget. We won't mention any names. Hey, Brown. Did a clean out, and that was laying in the header box, and he picked it up, and man, you could see it from 10 feet away. It just, and he went to go take it over to the stuffer bottle, and bloop, out his hands it went right down on the bank. And so it was just a very extremely short run there. And yes, he did recover it because we knew exactly where he dropped it. I was actually standing right there when he did. I wish I'd have got that on video. Then we got done with that. We had to run into Grangeville again, and there was a couple. I think we had to run to the hardware store, and we had to pick up a couple supplies. While we're there, we did have dinner because we actually hadn't ever ate before in Grangeville. And it was really good. It was a really good restaurant. I know, man, I got so, I was stuffed. And I tell you what, I was so stuffed from breakfast. When Dave took us on that last long hike, I was wore out. But anyway, it was a busy day. And we were tired. And you'll see at the end of the video just exactly how tired we were. So guys, sit back, relax. I hope you enjoy this episode of Idaho Gold Season 2, Episode 5. Alright, there's Riders Rest Elk City, Idaho Campground, the Reno Club. The post office is directly on the other side. This is the store, Elk City General Store. I think I've already went through this again, but the hotel, Elk Summit Cafe. Now it's real quick, don't blink. This is where they were. Let's see, where else we got? We used to be a Sinclair gas station, which is now a laundromat, and actually you can pay to take showers. On the right there. Then there's another bar right there. Then there's the hospital clinic right there. And I don't know what that is. And there is the Elk Creek Station Cafe. Right there. And that is Elk City. Of course, you have a creek with good gold in it. Oh yeah, and I forgot to tell you guys, this is there's the water, the town water, right there. And then there's the town sewer. And when you go in for a good steak burger, you actually get to pick out your own cow. They even have names for them, so you can pick out your own cow with whatever name you want. No, I'm just kidding. Beautiful, beautiful country out here. Good place to go prospecting. The drive is amazing.
About where we did that deer last night.
Yeah.
Those are our skid marks.
That was you there?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you didn't see the skid marks in the back seat. You should see them. We're out here prospecting on the South Fork Clearwater River, and just go to my other YouTube channel, Dennis Date, and you'll be able to see that, or I have my prospecting adventures. Just take you for a little drive in Idaho. Side ahead. Historical site is Buffalo Pit. What it says. Just left Elk City. The two main things out here people do to make money is loggers and miners. That's just about it. Except the guy in town that cuts firewood. of 6 dredges that
Yeah.
we know of that's in the water.
That's counting us.
Counting us. So anyway, that's my little drive that I got. Hope you enjoyed it. And maybe when we get up on the hillside on the drive down, I can kind of show you. I'll pick back up when we go up the hill to our claim. So we'll be back in a minute. Now this is the part what they call the slide area, the one that the mountain caved in. And that was
I think 3 years ago.
3 years ago. So, yep, the mountain decided to give and
Took out the road.
yep, took out the road, went into part of the Southport Clearwater River, and they couldn't get in and out for what, 3 weeks or something like that? 2 weeks?
It was closed down for a month.
Yeah. One way into Elk City, one way out. There's no going through it as you're passing by. There's one way in, you have to turn around and head back out. All right, we'll be back in a second. All right, heading up the hillside to where our year-round claim's at. In fact, they just tree fell down since we've been in over that there before. Now be careful in this part of the drive, they have dead polecats out here. You can smell them. It's a nasty, nasty smell. It smells like they pooped themselves.
Yep.
Dead polecats. All right, which one of you guys has a flagellant problem? Huh?
Nope. It's that polecat.
Oh, it's the polecat. We know who it is now. Truck around to get gas, didn't he?
Yeah.
Gas kept on the wrong side.
Oh, what's it?
He pulled in and said, I'm not used to this. He said, oh, my other truck is on the other side.
I didn't notice it.
Yeah, the gas cap loop was on the passenger side.
That's funny.
That's why I was asking if he turned it around. Alright, we'll be back. Alright, tire pressures were good. Back on the road. Little critter there right in front of us, little rabbit. I'm looking at. I don't know if you can see it or not, but this is the edge. And it goes like way down there. Ready to get on that quad. Grab that quad down there. I hope he didn't.
I don't know.
He was still up the restaurant. You did a good job plugging that, man. You did it right.
Oh, she left it alone.
I know. But it still had a slow weekend. So.
Yeah, but it would have been better than what it was.
No, actually, you did a good job, Buffy. Freaking, I couldn't have done it. You did it.
Well, I thought you were ready. You knew how to plug tires.
I do, but not with 3 of them. I was like, how do we? I didn't know you could basically do it the same. I kept thinking you had to put one in at a time. Instead of sticking 3 of them in, when I took that one piece out, I went, oh. It's like they stuck them all on at once. Crazy on his truck, fly around these corners, we'll meet and go.
I don't think he does. That he knew we were coming up, so it better.
Yeah, I told him we'd be right behind him. Don't drive your Ford truck down, we'll be right behind you.
Oh, he goes over 20 mile an hour. Now, Dave, you give me a little different story.
Yeah, that could be right there.
I don't know where it's at. I really don't.
No kidding.
Tell me to rent it, John, for $5 grand a month.
and say, hey, you give them permission to put a tower up on their property, you won't charge them anything. Yeah. Seen a lot of Facebook posts. People are putting their masks on. If they're putting it on one ear, drape it down, put it on another. It says, there, I'm wearing my mask.
Yeah, underneath the nose.
Yep. Well, I mean, it comes with the territory, though, Bob. I know. You're not union anymore. But they
are union shop. If it's a state mandated thing,
you could be out. If it is, you have to wear them in the plant too. Yeah. Everybody.
Yes.
But hopefully, it doesn't get to that point. Oh, great. I thought it was just in a couple of counties.
Well, it could be 7. Got it. There's 3. Yep. We talked about this yesterday. Yeah, we'll find out when we get home.
get to our claims, we'll be back. All right, we're up here on Dave's mine, showing us what I was actually looking for and how do you figure out if anything's good or not.
You can see the mineralization that starts in this rock, and as you get over into here, you start to see more and more of this quartz crystal.
Okay.
And you've got this rust color that's starting to show up in here. So this is where your mineralization came up, and this was a hydrothermal vent. The vein structure actually runs up the hill like this, but as you get down into this more and more, you'll get into rocks that have more quartz in it, and you can see the vein structures through the quartz. Might be able to show you one here real quick. Find some Shannon had some stacked up here. And of course, since you're filming, I can't just grab one. That'd be way too easy. Or sample at best. We'll just have to take my word for it.
All right, no, that's fine. But that's what you're looking for whenever you're.
Yep, your
Quartz crystals and then the.
Or anything to break any of this up with, we'd knock a chunk off.
We still got that metal hammer in the back. That sledge.
We hauled all the good stuff off.
No hammer. All right.
Here's an example, a little bit of what I was talking about. You can start to see the quartz that's forming in here, and all of this red stuff is rust from iron. Some of it will be some of the forms of phosphorus and that type of stuff. But this is the beginning of a vein structure, and you can tell by the quartz in it. And this would have been probably setting on this hill right in here somewhere in this structure, because you can see the same exact quartz, little pieces of quartz starting to form a vein structure in here.
Right.
There's gold in them rocks, gentlemen.
That's awesome. Cool. All right. We get to our next stop, we'll be back.
Similar material to what's in there. You've got to reopen that road. And this ash goes right into the deep. There's about somewhere between 9,000 and 12,000 tons of vein material between the pit and where the ash meets the vein back there. So far, so we've tested out. Our best test has been about 30 ounces and 70 ounces about the pit. Not as good as what we have over here. It's very mineable. Gives us an inferred value. 12,000 tons of ore out of there. Somewhere between 9,000 and 12,000 tons. We're looking at 2,000 ounces, 4,000 ounces. Fault line right through here. It probably took 600-700 trees down on this ridge line. That's just
So you guys got this claim. Now, how did you know to start tunneling in here? Was something out, or was this part of
an exposure? You see this darker colored rock right over in here. So there was an exposure that came out, and this was monzonite, and there was a quartz seam that ran into this monzonite that was exposed on the surface. We had thought that the quartz vein would run back and continue back towards the known structure we have back up on top, but it didn't. It actually veers off on a trend at about 42 degrees off to the east right here.
And then you guys just started discovering stuff. And
well, up on top of the ridge above here, we got a road that comes in, and we brought a core drill in up there.
Right.
We drilled 220 feet in 4 different angles up there with a core drill, and we hit structure that would be back here. That's why the tunnel kept going back. We knew there was a vein structure back there that we wanted to expose, so that's why this tunnel was put in the way it was.
Gotcha. Well, maybe one of these days when I get MSHA approved and hard hat and boots, maybe you can take us and get approval, take us for a tour back in there when he's got
for a tour. We'll put you on a jackhammer. We can always use good help.
Oh, I gotta start out a rookie.
Hey, my girlfriend runs the jack.
This is absolutely beautiful. Man. Oh man, wait. You guys hear that? Exactly. You hear nothing. It's beautiful. That's why I want to move out here.
Welcome to the wildlands of Idaho, my friend. I warn you though, it does grow on you. You can't go back to town after you've been out here.
Dude, this is almost as bad as having gold fever out here. Mm-hmm. That's why I want to move out here.
It's something that gets in your blood.
It's in it.
Well, that's all I got to show you here today, guys. We'll come back when we're mining and we'll film a bunch more.
That would be awesome.
My son shoots professional video. That's what he does, other than his investment things. But he comes out here and shot one for us a few weeks ago, and he'll be back in another month to shoot some more.
That's what got us in those videos on the claims we got off of you, man. Those video footage of the creek and the dredging. I was like, man, does that look good?
And for once, it wasn't just the hype, right?
No, there is good gold in it. We've been finding that out the last couple days.
Yeah, and you know, if you could ever train David not to throw it back in the creek, it's going to be a lot nicer in your pan.
Oh, I promise you, if I would have done that, he'd still be yelling at me today. Oh, yeah.
I just threw it back so it grew a little bit bigger.
Yeah. There was, you know, the thing of it is I didn't realize he dropped that until I heard a splash. Yeah. And then he stopped, and I'm thinking, what did he stop for? And he went, uh-oh. And I went, oh, no.
Uh-oh's never good. There's a nice piece of white quartz. Vein type quartz. Yeah, you would have had to go back all the way up to here. It's not that hard.
Now, does stuff like this, does that have gold in it too, or is that just...
They typically, you see this straight up white quartz like this. You see these veins running in it. There might be some mineralization in some of these vein structures, but typically this white quartz, they just call it bull quartz, and it'll be void of having any or very much mineralization in it. So typically no.
All right.
But like everything, there's an exception to it. Now that one looks a lot better. There's something that's got some veining and some staining, and that very well might have something in it. You crush that up.
Veining and staining. That's a good way to name it.
Better keep that one for a sample. That's blue quartz pit number 2, friend.
Get your sample, Corey. Get your sample, buddy. There you go. Veining and staining, brother. That's a nice one. Heck yeah. I know as soon as I get home, the wife's going to say, great, you brought more rocks home? Where are you going to put them? I'm going to say, with the other ones. It's almost starting to look like a rock quarry. Because I always just like to have samples of them.
Well, I'm going to show you something here in a few minutes that Dave's not going to let you put in his truck. You're going to like them. We couldn't lift them with the excavator, so.
All right. That's it. Until the next place, we'll be back.
It's been enough years ago, and there's been enough sloughing off here that you can't really identify the vein structure. It's basically right along these rocks.
Now this will be another place that you guys are mining also, right?
Well, we might. This is a mill site. We might mine this vein right It runs right back up through here, comes right over across. These rocks actually came from different spots on the structure. This is all nice big bull quartz veins. You could cut these and make some beautiful marbleized rock out of them.
Makes good tabletops, wouldn't they?
Well, and
Kitchen countersink tops and
plugs for the hole you put your wife in.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a good vein structure here. We've never done any testing of the rock. We've never tested any of this, but we know that the vein structure runs back this way, right along right through here. But like I said, typically these big bull quartz structures, they came in at a different time period and they didn't have the mineralization in it. Some of the later vein structures that come in, the hydrothermal events that caused those, they brought mineralization up. The smaller veins tend to have a lot more of the gold and other minerals in it than these do. These are typically barren. But this one, you know, since it's on our mining area, let's say this will be the exception to the rule and this will be the one really rich one.
Right.
That's awesome.
And you never know.
That's true. Yeah.
It is where you find it.
All right.
That's absolutely it. It's where you find it.
Off to the next one. We'll be back.
Freaking way.
So when they drive by, they don't hear.
Well, it'd be super easy to open this up where you could drive up here and be completely out of sight, and they're not going to hear you for sure.
Yeah, because I don't have a quad to pull anything back with now.
Well, if you fix your Suzuki, you know.
There you go. Tell him that one.
Well, it's going to take a lot of work, but yeah, I can get her done.
Well, you were going to win the lottery anyway, so you could just get a new one.
No, that's going to go towards the mountain.
Oh, you're buying the mountain. Well, one of the things you'll notice when you look at the rocks in here, so we're directly in line with the fault line that comes from my camp. My camp is literally right there.
Okay.
And the fault line comes down and crosses here, comes down that draw. So there's really, really heavy mineralization within vein structure all over in this general area here. Really just to make the mix work. Well then,
Yeah, now today.
yeah, now let's just bring the dozer down and make it.
Okay, we'll put it over there. We'll get out.
The engineering department plotted in for you. You're good. Something weird going on. It's not weird. It's just such a turnaround from how they acted. So many years. In the summertime, this old road would be completely dry. You'd have to drive up here to walk up the log. But there's nothing, no reason the guy couldn't bring a pickup out here for the stock in the side. If you've got a safety system,
Yeah, me too. I agree. When you get fat and old and out of shape, that's what happens. Now, what were you saying about this, Dave? What were you saying about 40 or something you said?
40 acres. They're right here on the map.
All right.
There's a flag over here you can see on a tree going up the road. This is the corner line, and then the corner line goes back and it's flagging back over this way. But it's kind of a diamond shape on the creek. You can see we're right here at this point right here.
And there's the creek.
And this creek runs right through the middle of it. And
Okay.
this is your 40-acre piece right in here.
Cool.
It is a beautiful piece of God's country right here.
This is our new claim. And this is the creek, huh?
This is Little Lake.
This is Little Lake Creek. This is the gold bearing creek. Little backpack dredge or something, you know it?
Yeah, the guy could, it'd be relatively easy to have the water department get you a 3804B, they call it, permit for this, where you could dredge it. A little backpack dredge would work in here pretty nice.
Yeah, 2 inch or a little 2.5 inch, you know.
Yeah, got about the right amount of water volume
Yeah.
for that size of a dredge.
And it won't take long to get a little section of it to where it would even.
Yeah, once you get a little pool started,
Yeah.
you've got enough where you can draw the water.
I wonder how deep that goes to
We've
bedrock.
got, you know, like you've got that big high banker sluice. We've set them up to where we were pumping right back in and dredging out of the hole, and that way the water was continually filling
Yeah,
back into the hole.
recirculating it.
Yeah, yeah. There just wasn't enough flow for us to run our dredge. It would just drain all the water out, and then we'd have to wait for it to fill back up.
Now, I take it the bedrock stair steps along with everything. I mean, how deep is it normally to bedrock around here? Is it very deep or some get deeper?
From 3 to 8 feet.
Right.
And they did a lot of testing. There were some mines further up here that had roads that came in from on top. So they did a lot of drilling, and they were averaging up there around 6 to 8 feet. But down here, there's spots where we're anywhere from 3 to 8 feet to hit the bedrock.
Okay. Awesome. Our new claim. This is year-round claim. Nice little waterfalls. I could come back with a shovel and bring our gold claws up here in the production pan and get a good hole. See what we got. Similar.
This one is just starting to grow, this baby green berry, but there's lots of berries. Shannon and I pick on this road every year, so.
A lot of berries, huh?
See, they're starting to turn purple here. They're almost ready to pick. Okay. Close. That one is ready there.
And these are what?
Huckleberries.
Is this one ready right here?
The darker the purple, the better they are. Like here's,
I never had one. Let's try.
they're very tart. They have some sweetness to them, but they make the best damn huckleberry pancakes you ever tried in your life.
Yeah, with homemade syrup.
Try one, Corey.
Yeah, I know, guys. It's got the syrup. So.
Ooh, that's not bad.
Yeah, they'll be about. They're just not quite ripe yet. They'll be ready to pick in another week.
Find you. Well, shoot. Find another one so I can let Corey try one. Is there
Do
another?
I look like the berry master here? I don't know.
There we go.
Walk along here and
I
look
wanna-
for your own damn berries. I don't know.
Here, come here. Open them out. Let's see.
I showed you what they look like. How much more do I need to do?
Well, I didn't see that one on there. I figured
Yeah.
find another one.
So and they occur all along here, and there's a lot of berries in here. They'll be ready to pick in another week, and they'll be on for probably 5 to 6 weeks. So.
Wow.
Normally we get one good berry patch or hatch or harvest or whatever you want to call it. But this year we had so many cold and warm spells. We've had blooms come out literally as late as last week. There were new blooms coming up on them. So we're going to have a berry crop you can pick, and then there'll be another one that comes on right after that. So it looks like we'll have 3 different groups of berries.
Wow.
Like you can see there, you know, there's a baby little berry that is just barely grown, and these ones, the ripe ones are right next to it. So.
Wow.
Just been an odd year, but it's going to be a good huckleberry year.
That's our cool girl at the gas station or whatever. Talk about huckleberries. We don't know what they are. We don't have them.
Oh, we're so sad.
Yeah. She's like,
What is this?
you don't know what a huckleberry is? How is that possible?
Oh, God.
You guys know what a morel mushroom looks like?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got those. We got lots of those out here.
In here.
Like a pretty good rock.
40-acre claim.
Yeah. So your name and Shannon's name's on that. She did the location, and she'll do a relinquishment to you.
Oh, that's fine.
It's in your name only, but without you here to sign documents, we couldn't locate it, so it had to be in somebody's name. Somebody has to sign in front of the notary.
Well, you have my permission to sign my name.
I'd need that in writing. You're videoing this. I'm really cautious about what I say in front of the camera.
No, I'm telling you right now. You
Right.
have my permission to, if
Sign
a
my
signature
name.
needs to be on it, and I've got it on video.
Well, and you're on it. You're in the signed or the documents. It's just somebody has to sign in front of the notary when you
Right.
file it, and you have to be right there in front of her. So.
Okay.
So Shannon did it on all of these claims, even the ones down on the river where your name is on it. Shannon signed on all those, and she'll just sign the relinquishment.
So how we do the fee and stuff in what is it, in September?
Yeah. I'm not sure. They've changed all the rules. I got to look into it a little bit.
I know you can pay it all online now.
Yeah, I saw him say that. So that's
like-
a bonus because
Because you can pay it
easier.
online. You just, I think you have to give the claim number or something like that. And
Yeah, I think that's probably it. The claim number, and then I think there's a 3% fee for using your card online. Or
This is it for here, showing our new claim.
yeah, I thought, well, this won't be too bad.
Well, it's way better.
Until our next stop,
A lot of
we'll be back. All right, this is the final take right here of what the four of us ran. That's a nice chunky stuff in there. I got some chunky monkeys, and boy, a couple of them when you drop, they go tink, tink. Very nice. Well, Ron Shaw, this is what we produce, buddy.
and overburden.
Yep, and overburden, basically, yeah.
That's all it was. It was all overburden.
Yep. It's just overburden material.
Yeah.
Got that much gold.
Trying to get down to the good stuff.
Yeah.
Because we were running it hard.
All right. Well.
All right. Dump that water out. Let that booger sit in the trailer.
Let her dry.
Out.
We'll be back. Got running. And the first order of business. He went down. I got it on camera. Woo-hoo! Yeah. The first order of business is find that nugget Dave dropped 2 days ago. We know right in the area, was close to the edge, and he dropped it. Man, it's not a nugget, but it sure was one heck of a picker. So we had to kind of suction dredge that up and see if we found it. So we kind of had a note to self: you find a nice piece, you bring the sucker bottle to the dredge. You don't take the gold to the sucker bottle across the water. So hopefully we'll leave it live and see if Dave sees a nice little picker.
There it is.
Yeah. All right. I bet you he'll get that off. There we go.
I heard that.
What?
What you just said.
What'd I say?
I don't know, but I heard it.
Yeah. Well, if he finds it, I'll bring it back on. Show it to you. We'll be back. This is the view we have to look at when we head into Grangeville. It's kind of torture. UFO clouds. Let's see if I can get them over here. Right there. 3 saucers. Right there. Focused on my finger. There they are right there. Coming up into Grangeville, and this is what we have to look at every time we come into Grangeville. Yeah, which isn't very often. And we'll be back. Now, as we're leaving Grangeville, just to show you real quick, this is what we're looking at when we're headed back down towards Elk City. Beautiful view. All right, we'll be back.